My name is Mary Marielle Ramam, and I'm co-founder of Wakala Search, which is a communication link mobile app between mobile money users and mobile money network agents. So our project falls under a company called Afri Solutions, and it was founded 3 years ago. That makes it 2017. With a team which started with me and my other co-founder, George Mariale, who is my brother. But other than that, we work together for the longest time ever, I think after school, with Wakala Search and every other business venture. Currently, we are a team of 5. Me and George, as I mentioned. We have Diana, who oversees the agents and the communication between the agents and what's happening with the application. We have Eddie, who is in systems, and we have our developer, who is called Samsadea. He is in Canada, but we just work it through online. So so that's basically us. We are located at Millennium Towers 2, first floor, Makumbusho, Dar es Salaam. So our product creates a communication link between a mobile money user, anybody with an account, mobile money account, Tigo Pesa, M-Pesa, etc., and an agent, or commonly known as Wakala here, who is willing and available to offer that service. So one of the things we are trying to solve is, with the link, it's convenient, you can save time, and as an agent or a mobile money user, you can actually track your expenses through the app. How? You get to communicate with the exact person who is available for that service. Any time of the day, any place. Let's say you find yourself somewhere new. Let's say it's late and you need to make a withdrawal or a deposit or to pay for all these supplementary services from Wakalas. So that's how it's like an Uber for the two. A social development sort of enthusiast. I like to see things move and things go, and it is not necessarily in the technological space. So, because Wakala Search, while it's new, we have we had products in the past, which some worked, some didn't work, but we also work in other business arenas and even in social enterprises. So for the Wakala part, we are Wakala. I don't stand in the kiosk, but we have somebody who is valid to do that. You see all these challenges that shouldn't be challenges with all that is going on today, with the smartphones, with the internet, with things just being at the tip of your fingers. So that's how we came up with Wakala Search. Half the time you go to, when you are always, I'm always moving. You need to make a deposit, you need to make a withdrawal, you need to any other service, pay for something. Like right now you have the government number, control numbers and whatnot. It's something that can come with a quick move. You can move you start with this one. Sina floaty. Can say that. I don't have enough float. Another one is closed maybe for lunch. Bank. Another one is, I don't have, I have a mobile network which is not very popular among most of the Wakalas. So it's a tedious process. It's a tedious process, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So that's when we started coming up with an idea. What if we have like a geolocator that, just like how, right now let's say with the taxis, how they work with the Ubers and the boats and whatnot. What if we have something that can actually suit my need right now? So I go in, I say, I need to make this withdrawal, this deposit, this pay for my DSTV, pay for my local, this service, and then somebody picks it up. I would rather, if I had to walk like for 2-3 minutes, than have to go, ask here, wait in line, ask for the next person, can I get this, can I get this, can I get this? So that's how we came about it. And then, looking further, we are trying to see how we can make it even better. Even in this room, maybe I shouldn't even have to get out of this office anyway. I can just switch on my geolocator, who can actually give me 20,000 cash right now at an extra margin. Because if I need it, I'm going to be willing to pay for it. So yeah, so basically that's what inspired the whole idea. We don't have any external funding, but as I spoke earlier, that together with my co-founder and team, we manage a couple of other businesses. So it was one of those things, it still is one of those things. We're trying out this idea, we believe it can work, let's see how far we can go with it. If it works, well and good, let's see what other people have to say. And with that, while we still have a lot that needs to be done, we have gotten a few kickstarts which were very helpful to us in building the concept that we have today. In 2017, we were shortlisted under FSDT. We did like those intense boot camps on building the entire idea, making it profitable, branding and storytelling. And we've had a couple of those with Costech later on. And just recently, last year, we were shortlisted in the Vodacom Accelerator. So that way we get to explore a lot of other opportunities where we can start making revenue. We have just begun making a little bit revenue from last year. But ideally, it was something that we have self-funded just to see how it will respond with the community and then take it from there. Because what we simply do is create a link between two unknowns. You have the Wakala, the mobile money agent right now. I think from last year's data, you're talking about transactions of at least 180 trillion passing through a mobile phone, a simple phone. I mean, one of the biggest platforms where people use for money. And you have all this awareness on, financial inclusion. So even a person, you don't need to be very educated to use mobile money. So what we do is we provide that link that I need a particular service. I need it now. Either I'm in a new location, either I'm in a building and it's probably something, because Wakala don't go advertising, hey, there's Wakala here and here and here. And as much as you can see a lot of them, but not all of them are there for your specific service. So what we do is we provide with you that communication link. Without knowing that person, I'm in Aldua today, I probably need to do something right now with my mobile money. Where do I start? Do I just go outside and start walking aimlessly? Or do you guys have a vendor right over the corner, maybe one of the offices in the 3rd floor? So yeah, so that's what we do. Currently, before we used to do physically go to the Wakalas, because one of the ideas was to pinpoint and verify a location, because you're dealing with people's money, it could be risky. But right now, what happens is, if you're a user, you can simply download the app, and then you can decide, you can download an app and choose the item where you have client side. I have it, maybe I can show it, to choose the client side. Now you're a client. So from then, it's easy to navigate. You choose your mobile operator. What do you want to do through that operation? If it's not a mobile operation, what services do you want to pay for? Is it Dawasco? Do you want to pay Luku? Do you want to pay for government? The control numbers, whatever it is. So it's easier that way. For you, you can do it by yourself. But for the Wakala side, because it's a business and it takes a bit of KYC, we sort out Wakalas. All Wakalas come to us. We verify the business license and they provide to us the business owner's national ID card. So we have that in our database and we know exactly what kind of goes on in case of anything. And once that is done, we address them with a code where now they can register by themselves and pin themselves to the location that they are. Ideally, I would say our target customer is anyone who is already financially included in the mobile network, in the mobile money platform, or is looking to be financially included in the platform. And to narrow it down further, I would say somebody who really wants to save some time, somebody who enjoys convenience of, having your need met with the right, sort of convenience, and having someone who looks into making maybe an extra money as an agent, let's say on the agent side, because you are going to enjoy the traffic that comes with Wakala Search. And what we are thinking of further is having an exchange of money between two people. Just like how you can offer somebody a ride nowadays. Why can't I ask you for 20,000? You're sitting in the table, 3 tables across from me in a bar, and I need that service right now. Why can't I make a deposit if I'm willing to even pay an extra 5,000 for it? So later on, what we are looking into investing now to narrow down further our clients or to expand our clientele is to anyone who is looking to make an exchange, a money exchange. We reach our target customers currently by advertising through the already existing social media platforms and the Google ads currently, but we also put awareness, through word of mouth and whatnot. However, we're looking forward to putting up, the exact social, like having a marketing professional do it for us with the billboards and expansion through radio and awareness and all this sort of, yeah. Well, currently, I'm not aware of that which combines all platforms, but for a geolocator, I don't think we have somebody who does the same when it comes to Wakala Search, and that was until December last year. We knew that we were in ourselves in the space, but what we could say we are a bit similar to are the mobile network apps, the M-Pesa app, the Tigo Pesa app, the Airtel Money apps, and the likes. But then those only cater to their service. It's Airtel Money for Airtel Money users. Yes, it's Tigo Pesa for Tigo Pesa users and the likes. So what we feel like we create like a unique niche is having like all platforms combined. So with Wakala Search, even if I'm a user, you also have people who have they use different operators. One person can have 2-3 lines. So you can have you can have like your collective platform all together. We would have started from the bottom up, because we were piloting it from agents as ourselves. But then now that we are rolling, we had our prototype from last year. We're discovering a lot of new experiences and a lot of changes. So what we would have done different maybe would have been to bring up a couple of, not just the ones we know, bring up a couple of random agents from different points, not from similar points that we're currently used to, just for us to explore what kind of challenges they go through and the ideas and the questions regarding, the way to go about it. Because now when you have a prototype, which was very expensive, and after so months you need to make a change, it also becomes another sort of challenge, but constructive. So we wish we had preempted everything possible. Maybe that's what we would have done different. So far, I would say first having a prototype was a hassle, and getting all these, voice of approval from BOT, from TCRA, because when you're dealing with money, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's new. There is so many things. People get robbed. People lose money. People infringe other people's privacy. So getting to being registered was tough. It was a milestone having a prototype last year and having it work. Another milestone, I would say, the traction we got, being in the programs like the ones I mentioned in FSTT, being shortlisted for the Vodacom Accelerator, like out of 500. We didn't make it to the top 3, but we were in the top 10s and all that. You learn a lot, you get to meet people and network, and it's also kind of helping us grow. So I would say that is a milestone, and we have almost 2,000 downloads. We are trying to feed in the agent network, which currently we are going to about 130, because it needs a lot of verbal explaining. With agents, it's more difficult because they're also worried about, what if somebody can take my money? Do you see the transactions? No, we don't. We are simply a platform that you go through, but we don't know how much did Linda withdraw. We don't know. We don't do transactions. Don't. So it's just like a database like that. So yes, so we are thankful for the downloads, and yeah. You go to a business with a business plan and all these things needs to get done. But then also you go to a business with a business plan, that's paper. When you're on the ground, there's a few shifts here and there. We have been, you know, caught a couple of times. By caught, I mean, like, are you trying to violate this? And then you realize, because it's a new space for everyone. It's a new space for regulators. It's a new space for innovators. So now you come. Are you trying to do something like Bitcoin? Are you guys trading money? Are you selling money? So we have to sit down and realize you need to pay for something else. You need to make it work in a different way. You need to shape up. So all these kind of things, I would say, need a certain sort of investment, so that it's, because ideally if they roll out together, it's even better for your platform. You need the same time to meet all the wakalas throughout Tanzania, not just Dar es Salaam or in a few regions, but that's how you can make it make sense. If now you just travel to Njombe right now and you need to get money, you need to access all these financial structures, I think the agent is the one who is readily available in a bus stand, it's very easy, unlike banks that probably close at 5 and whatnot. So where do you start? You are suddenly right now I'm in Songea. Where do I start? So that's why we need the money, to try to recruit as many agents as possible, so as to make it worth the while. We are in Dar, we are in Arusha, Dodoma, and Moshi, Morogoro as well. But it's Dar in the most massive scale. There is a good way about it and there's a bad way about it. Of course, it has impacted the way we get to fund our business. It has impacted our movement. It has impacted, you know, the entire community not being, how do I say this? You know, not running money. The money is not, the money circle is not the same. So we face impacts like that. But in a nice way, it has impacted us, because now we've had a few feedbacks from last year who have said it's better for them because they would prefer less contact with people. As I said, you might, if you, let's say, need to take out 3 million or you need to deposit 1 million, usually most places you might go here, you have to put 300,000, 400,000 and whatnot. So with them having less contact with people, because you know, I'm going there and I'm back. I know that place is open and I'm back, that's it. So that was a good thing, at least from a few friends and, you know, family feedbacks that we hear about. We live in exciting times with, you know, all the wallets now are going to be unified. I think in a few months here in Tanzania, we're not going to have tuma kwa mitandao mingine. It's probably not going to exist. VOT and the Moja Switch are working on something that is going to compile all operators. So we're trying to see that as a positive thing for us, because it's going to make even us approaching, you know, the general wallet easier. So where we see ourselves in the future is being a liaison point for all these players. I know they play fair, but they're also competitive. But then at the end of the day, if they have the same wallet, then their interests are aligned. I hope I'm making sense. Their interests are aligned. So maybe if they can't create something that, if they can't merge, they should have somebody which they want, of course, the individual entities. So we're looking to have them, you know, be the people who compile the platform for the mobile money users and the mobile money operators. I would say you should just dare, because you have nothing to lose. And as much as when you see, you know, interviews like mine, you think it has been easy or it was simple. There's a lot of failing. But then failing is not a bad thing, because you fail at one thing and then you learn a new thing. You fail at the new thing, you learn another new thing. You fail at that one. As I said, we've had products which didn't work for reasons that you later understand. So I consider being afraid as being afraid to, you know, make mistakes. And everybody says this, and it's true. You have to make your mistakes. Your mistakes are your own mistakes. You can learn from mine and try to do something better, but then at the end of the day, you're going to face your own mistakes and you have to make them. Otherwise life is not exciting, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be tough. It's going to be horrible, because when you get ideas, you get so confident sometimes, you know, when you kitu kikiwa chako, you're confident that it's gonna work. You think everybody trying to come against you like a bad thing, but it's not. So I would like to thank Media Convergency for having such a platform. It's nice to learn from, you know, a couple of people who I wouldn't consider not made it or make it, you know, who are still in work in progress, and people who might fail or might make it. I would also like to send a lot of appreciation to our team, because a startup life is a tough life. You are broke all the time, and yes, so for them sticking with us until seeing this, and sometimes even, you know, doing that extra mile that they didn't need to do, it's a lot. My co-founder George and our other teammates Diana and Eddie, they've really been there, but it's nice that they understand and that they're buying in the vision. So yeah, so that, and I would like to, I think my last appreciation should be to my mentor. I have two mentors. One of them is my father, who is prominent businessman. He's been in business for 40 years. He's the one who, at least every time we fail, he doesn't make failing a bad thing. It is sort of a bad thing, but it doesn't make it a bad thing, but rather a challenge. So that's him. And at least my husband, who is also one of the, you should try, so what happens? You didn't die. So what? You are broke again. So what? This did work. So yeah, so I think that's basically it. One more person. The regulators are more accepting now. BOT has been very great. TCRA also, rather than stopped us, like in the previous we had people stop us. You can't do this, it can't work. But now we've had appointments with them, tell us about, we do this with them. So they try to understand and try to see which category they can fit you in according to their laws and the regulation. So that has been a milestone, and it has been something that has taken us 4 years to at least have a prototype, because you can't have something in the market without their sort of approval.